Mani Bhavan is a simple old-style, two-storied building on Lebanon Road, Mumbai. Whenever Gandhiji was in Mumbai between 1917 to 1934, he stayed here. It is now converted into a museum and research center. Mumbai and its inhabitants have played a very prominent part in India's unique struggle for freedom. Gandhiji was rightly proud of its patriarch and cosmopolitan citizens. Mani Bhavan is one of the few important places allowed by Mahatma Gandhi's close association. Mani Bhavan, a modest two-storied building on the Lebanon Road in the comparatively quiet locality called Gandhi, served as Gandhiji's Bombay headquarters for about 70 long and eventful years. It belonged to Sri Ravi Shankar, who was Gandhiji's friend and a host during that period. It was from Mani Bhavan that Gandhi initiated Satyagraha against Rowlatt Act and propagated the causes of Swadeshi, Khadi and Hindu-Muslim unity. In 1955, the building was dedicated as a memorial to Gandhiji and to the very important activities of great significance he initiated from that place. The visitors from all over the world come to Mani Bhavan to see the room that Gandhiji occupied, its picture gallery, the library hall and the terrace where he was arrested on January 4, 19...
Gandhi Smarak Sangralaya. Gandhi Smarak Sangralaya set upon Mahatma Gandhi at the behest of Gandhi Memorial Trust way back our unique institution. In the sense that nowhere else so many museums have come upon single personality and appropriately further since the person that comrade wanted to reach everyone however remote one may institute. With his message of love, truth and non-violence and regulated living to ensure a just a human growth and existence for all, the Gandhi Smarak Sangralaya at Barakpur may claim to be a further district because of its offering to programs and its integrated approach a museum's proper utilizing all the present day museological media and having developed a range of galleries and a dissipating phase of Gandhi's life and philosophy along with the different phase of India's freedom movement.
Sevagram Ashram, Wardha. Sevagram, located near Nagpur, Maharashtra state, was Gandhi's headquarters and place for experiment from 1934 to 1940. He lived as the villagers live, without electricity and telephone, and built the ashram house himself with materials available locally. One can see Bapu's kitchen in this house. The first hut built in this ashram was the Adinivos, around which was a prayer ground. One can see Bakuti and Bapukuti, residents of Kastuba and Gandhi respectively. Akrinivos, last residence. Gandhi lived here for a few days before leaving for Nekauli and never returned. The weighing machine he used in the preserved here. Sri Parshur was a Sanskrit scholar and a construction worker who was affected with leprosy. Gandhi took care for him in his hut. Residence of Mahadev Desai, Gandhi's secretary. The only house to be built with bricks and cement, it was the residence of Kishorlal Mashruwala, a close associate of Gandhi and part-time editor of the Harijan Weekly. Rustam Bhavan. This was a 4-room guest house. The government established a photo exhibition on Gandhi in 1991 and built Yatrinivos in 1982 for the benefit of visitors and for holding training camps and conferences. There's also Netalim Parisar, an adjoining area for basic education premises.
Gandhi National Memory Society, Pune. The Agatham Place, Pune, is a national monument of India's freedom movement. Following the launch of Quit India movement in 1942, Gandhi, Kastuba, Mahadev Desai, Sarojini Naidu and other national leaders were intended at the Agatham Place from August 5, 1942 to May 6, 1944. Mahadev and Kastuba passed away while in a captivity at the Agatham Place, and their samadhis are located in the campus. The Agatham Place has developed into a national and international place of pilgrimage, with over a lakh of visitors every year who come to pay their homage to the samadhis. After the sad demise of Kastuba, Gandhi had expressed a wish that this place should develop into a place of emancipation of women. On the occasion of Gandhi's birth centenary in 1969, H.S. Prince carried Agatham donated this Agatham Place to the nation as a mark of respect to Gandhi and his philosophy. On August 15, 1972, a Gandhi Museum computer gallery was inaugurated at the Agatham Place. In 1980, the management of the museum, samadhis and the place campus was transferred to Gandhi National Memory Society by Gandhi Samarak Nidhi, New Delhi. As a tribute to the memory of Kastuba, a national institute for the Department of Women was established in 1980, where the main emphasis is on the empowerment of women through training and development. The Gandhi National Memory Society has been trained to make the place a living memorial.
Dandi Kutir is India's largest and only museum built on the life and teaching of one man, Mahatma Gandhi. It represents Gandhi's powerful idea of people across lines of class, gender, age, and community asserting their common right to sort itself, a symbol to inspire a pluralistic society to march towards independence. A glimpse of Gandhi's early life is beautifully portrayed with the help of audio visuals. From his birth on 2nd October 1869 in Kathiawar to his childhood when he was a shy, remarkable, and unique student. It also traces his marriage to Kasturba and his experiments with youth. Dandi Kutil Museum, Gandhinagar, is kept open for the general public from January 2015 by Archaeology and Museum Office under the Sports, Youth and Cultural Activities Department, Government of Gujarat. This museum is specially designed based on the biography of Mahatma Gandhi, the interior and disobedience and non-violence movements for independence of India. This museum is designed with sophisticated technologies combining audio, video, 3D visuals, 360-degree shows, and the display is used to showcase varied knowledge.
Kirti Mandir is the memorial temple built in the memory of Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi and Kasturba Gandhi, located in the city of Porbandar, Gujarat, India. The ancestral house of Gandhi family where Mahatma Gandhi was born on 2nd October 1869 is just adjacent to the Kirti Mandir, which is wedged in the narrow lanes of Porbandar. A sprawling courtyard is surrounded by a photo gallery that showcases the trajectory of Gandhi's life. At the far end of the courtyard lies the house in which he was born and lived for a while. The exact place where he was born is the highlight for many travelers. This was originally a 3-story house that went through some modifications since Mahatma Gandhi's father constructed it. The foundation of the present modern structure, Kirti Mandir, was laid in 1947 during the lifetime of Gandhi by Sri Darbar Gopal Das Desai, a noted Gandhian and socialist. The National Memorial was commissioned by a famous industrialist, Anjibai Kalidas Mehta, who donated money to purchase the ancestral house and built the new complex in which Gandhi's paraphernalia could be showcased for his followers to see. The memorial was completed in 1950 after the Mahatma's passing and was inaugurated by Sardar Vallabhbhai.
Sabarmati Ashram. The Sabarmati Ashram in Ahmedabad was one of the residents of Mahatma Gandhi. It is situated on the banks of the Sabarmati River in Ahmedabad. Gandhiji and his wife Kasturba lived here from 1917 to 1930. Gandhiji led the Dandi March or the Salt Satyagraha from the ashram on March 12, 1930. The ashram was established as a national monument after the march. The ashram is a witness to many important historical events. This is the right place for our activities to carry on the search for truth and develop fearlessness. For one side are the iron bolts of the foreigners, and on the other, thunderbolts of Mother Nature. This is how Gandhiji described the site of Sabarmati Ashram. When he first visited the place from accessing if it was suitable for carrying out his work. Today, if we go to Sabarmati Ashram, we can visit the museum, Gandhi Smarak Sangrahalaya, which is a public service institute dedicated to preserving the work and memory and commemorate the life of the Indian leader Mahatma Gandhi in 1963. Architect Charles Correa designed and built the museum. It was inaugurated by Jawaharlal Nehru on May 10, 1963.
Is where Mahatma Gandhi spent the last 144 days of his life before he was killed. The house is located in New Delhi, consisting of 12 bedrooms. The house was built by Ganeshyandas Birla in 1928. The house was formerly known as Birla House or Birla Bhavan. Was sold to the government. When it was opened to the public, it was renamed as Gandhi Smriti. The building has a number of articles associated with Gandhi's life and death. The entire world knows one of India's most famous freedom fighters, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, or more popularly known as Mahatma Gandhi, pivotal in helping India gain freedom from the clutches of the British rules, wherein the British colonized and ruled over Indians for over 200 years. Mahatma Gandhi is respected by people to this date worldwide and also referred to lovingly as Bapu, or the father of nation in India. The Gandhi Smriti Museum in the Indian capital city of New Delhi is dedicated to Mahatma Gandhi and is also the place where he spent the last 144 days of his life, before which he was unfortunately assassinated in the ground on the 30th of January 1948.
Rajkot is a memorial to Mahatma Gandhi. It is located not far from the river Yamuna and was originally the name of his Righat. There was the Rajkot gate of the walled city opening at Rajkot on the Yamuna. Eventually, the memorial area was also called Rajpath. It was here where Mahatma Gandhi's last rites were performed on January 31, 1948, the day after his death. A black marble platform marks the spot of Mahatma Gandhi's cremation, attracting many tourists. His last words, "Hey Ram," are inscribed on the marble, which is always adorned with flowers. The memorial was designed by Vanuji Bhutta, who intended it to reflect the simplicity of Mahatma's life. It is uncovered with an eternal flame that burns continuously at one end. Foreign dignitaries visiting India pay respect to Gandhi by laying flowers on the platform. A remembrance ceremony is held every Friday at Rajghat, along with the prayer sessions held on Gandhi's birth and death anniversaries. Within the complex, there are trees labeled near the platform which were planted by various dignitaries including Queen Elizabeth II, former Australian Prime Minister Gough Whitlam, Ho Chi Minh, former US President Dwight Eisenhower, and many others.